I always asked myself this question: would this really enhance my life right now? The answer was always no. It was always no. Hello, sweet angels. Welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. If it is your first time here, my name is Lizzie, and here we talk about spirituality, angels, quantum healing, and so much more. So if any of that is of interest to you, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet, because I post videos weekly and I am here to help you navigate your spiritual journey. So today actually marks a very special day. It has been 2 years since I decided to stop drinking. Definitely had some slip ups. So if I didn't have those slip ups, it would have been honestly longer. But you know what? You live and you learn and you go at your own pace. And that was really what I was doing. But I am excited to share what this journey has been like and why I decided to stop drinking in the first place. I'll also be answering one of the most common questions I get, which is, do I have to stop drinking to be spiritual, to grow spiritually? And the reason I'm going to answer this at the end is because I feel like it's best for you all to understand my journey a little bit more before I answer that question. So to start, a little background with what my drinking journey has been like. In college, I drank a good amount. I partied in college and there was alcohol at social events. And then outside of college, I continued to drink, I continued to party. I was really looking forward to the weekends or after work to have a glass of wine. I was excited to drink alcohol. I feel like it was this stress reliever when I just needed to take a breather, and I would have some wine. And back then it really did feel like the norm. It just felt so part of my routine to have a drink, to be social with a drink in hand. And that's part of societal programming. You look around and you're like, oh, people are doing this. This is normal. This should feel normal. So then you start to think that it's normal and that if you don't do it, you're the oddball out. But as I continued to party and continued to drink, it got to a point where I knew that I wasn't happy. I wasn't truly happy with my life. And something was shifting in me. And it wasn't until I had my spiritual awakening in 2019 or so, when I was put in an unsafe situation during a night of drinking, that I woke up to this realization that my life needed to change for the better. And it was up to me to pave the way for that. My spiritual awakening journey literally catapulted me into this new way of life, new way of living. I started incorporating meditation. I started being way more mindful about the food that I was eating, where it was sourced from, how I was feeling each day. Also, back then, I was drinking a ton of coffee, probably about 5 cups a day. And I noticed that I was depending on certain things to make me feel a certain way, when I knew that my physical vessel and nature provides so much for us already. So I was really swinging the pendulum too far on certain things like coffee or when I was drinking. And this all started to catch up with me. I could feel it in my body. I could feel how reality was reflecting itself back at me, because reality is just a reflection of how your inner state of being is, of the health of your inner state. And so every time that I would drink, something would go wrong. Even if it was something little, but a mug would break or something would catch on fire. Okay, maybe not that little, but something would just happen where it was almost like my guardian angels, my spirit guides were snapping their fingers like, hello, we're trying to get your attention. Please stop drinking. And I also knew that that was what I was being guided to do. And I didn't cut cold turkey. I started doing it very slowly, very at my own pace, whatever felt right for me. And I knew I would get to that point where I would be like, I really don't need this, and I don't think I ever will again. At first, it was a little awkward for me to be the sober friend or not have a drink, but it was also all in my head. A lot of the times people didn't care whether or not I was drinking, and I needed to get acquainted with a new way of socializing without holding something or without drinking something. And of course, I could hold water, and that totally was something that helped as well. It was just holding a non-alcoholic drink or a pop or a soda. So that was something that definitely helped me let go of that awkwardness that I felt within myself of not drinking at social events or in group gatherings. And the more that I allowed myself to just be and really feel into this discomfort, the more comfortable it got. I remember just being like, okay, let's just see how long I can go. I'm not going to give it a timeline. And it has been 2 years officially since I have had an alcoholic drink. And I feel great. I do not miss alcohol at all. It definitely takes a while for your subconscious mind to reprogram itself to a new normal. So I really just had to go with the flow there and feel into the feelings that I would feel when I felt like I did need to go for a drink. But I always asked myself this question: would this really enhance my life right now? The answer was always no. It was always no. And I think back to some of the best memories I've ever had in life. And in those memories, I was sober. I was not drinking. I was just high on life. And that is the best feeling ever. And because I was constant with my meditation practice and mindfulness practices, I started feeling this high off life of just being present in the moment and just being completely and fully aware of everything that was going on around me. Literally smelling the flowers and feeling the sun on my face are some of the best feelings I could ever freaking feel. And this really spearheaded me into my healing journey as well, because the more that I was treating my body like a temple, the more I was able to pinpoint what it was that needed to be healed and had the time and capacity, emotional capacity, to go down into any emotions that needed to be released and really work through those. I know when I was drinking, I was like, meh, healing, cool. Like, I'll do that later. And I was just like putting a band-aid and another band-aid on and another band-aid on, but the band-aid wasn't fixing anything. And finally I was like, I don't need any more band-aids. Let's heal this. I needed to get to the root of it. I also grew a lot spiritually as well. My channel became a lot clearer between me and the spirit realm, between me and my angels and my team of light. And I was really developing my psychic abilities because of that. Alcohol is a depressant. So when you are taking a substance that is a depressant, it does lower your vibration. And we all know by now that the higher your vibration is, the easier it is to attract what is truly aligned in your life for your desires to manifest and for you to be able to help serve the world. And if you don't know about vibrational frequency, I can make a completely different video about that, but I'm going to assume that you may have heard something about it if you're watching my video right now. So as far as how my life has changed for the better from not drinking, I have definitely attracted way more of my soul family into my life. And this doesn't mean that I don't hang out with people that do drink. It just means that people that are meant to be in my life that are aligned have really magnetized towards me. I have nothing against people that do drink as long as you are mindful with it, live your life. This is just my personal preference. And like I said earlier, my psychic gifts really came online when I let go of alcohol. And this allowed me to step into my soul's purpose more fully, with more passion and dedication. I was able to hear my higher self. I was able to hear divine guidance that was leading me on my path of highest good, on my most optimal timeline, what I came here to accomplish. It has also given me a newfound appreciation for life, because it really has zapped me back into the present moment. And there's times when I think back to like days when I was drinking a bunch, and that was fun for me at that time, but that isn't something that I feel would be fun for me now. And that's completely okay. I also have found a huge appreciation for people that are sober, that don't drink anymore, whether that be with alcohol or other substances, because I know how it feels to go to a specific substance to feel a certain way, and acknowledging that and being able to let go of something that you know doesn't serve you anymore is a very respectful thing to do. It's very admirable, it's inspirational. And even though I wasn't addicted to alcohol, it took a lot of willpower for me to let go of this substance that didn't serve me anymore, this thing in my life that didn't serve me anymore. So to think that someone could be really addicted to this, to a substance, and do their best to let go of that, like, that is something to commend for sure. Now, for the question of do you need to stop drinking to be spiritual, which I have gotten a good amount of times, I personally Do not believe that you need to stop drinking to be spiritual. It really is what your relationship with alcohol is. What are your intentions behind drinking? Just being more mindful about it. I don't think that you need to be sober or not have any substances to be a spiritual person. But I do believe that it does alter your vibration. And that's something that does affect your spiritual journey. So it's also how you navigate that as well. What are you doing after you drink? Or what are you doing when you drink? And also the day after, are you taking care of your physical vessel? Little things like that. So I don't have any judgment towards people that do drink. I do believe that people are still able to live a spiritual life and progress in their spiritual journey. But there is also a point where I feel like everybody should ask themselves if they are taking a substance to feel a certain way, if they really do need to continue with this in their life. And if the answer is yes for you, that's totally fine. Everybody is on their own unique journey. Not everybody's journeys are going to look exactly the same. So just because someone else is doing a certain thing doesn't mean that you have to replicate that specific journey. So again, just listen to what feels right for you, because your intuition, your higher self will always know the best path forward for you. And lastly, this is also a question that I've gotten a good amount of times as well, of will I ever drink again? As of now, no, I do not see myself drinking anytime in the foreseeable future. I am excited to just continue doing what I'm doing. I haven't thought about alcohol at all, except for just talking about my non-alcoholic journey, and I am totally okay with that. It really does become the norm for you, where it just isn't a part of your life anymore, and you can get to that point if that's something that you are hoping for. So that is a wrap for today about my journey with alcohol and what it has been like being 2 years sober now. I hope that this has helped you in any way that it's meant to, and if you have any other questions about my journey with alcohol, please feel free to leave a comment below or reach out. I am more than happy to share more of my journey. Thank you again so much for watching. I'm sending you all so much love and so much light. I hope you have a beautiful day, beautiful night, wherever it is, wherever you are. May blessings and miracles flow your way. Bye, everyone.